Now, a new witness is expected on the stand today as the Madlanga Commission is set to resume hearings. The Commission has not divulged the name of the witness in line with its recent practice as a result of security considerations. Sakina and Kani are there. Let's give it to them to give us a little bit more on what's expected today.
Well, thanks, Leanne. We still don't have that name, but of course, we will let you know as soon as we do who will be on the stand today. Kenny, and just looking at the discussion we had with Professor Akubu about accountability and, of course, the recommendations that this commission made to the presidency through that interim report, which was very interesting because on Friday, the legal counsel for the witness who was meant to appear actually made the point about how could his client be implicated without, and basically tried to blame the presidency. But Justice Madlanga was actually quite clear that no, these were recommendations by the commission.
Indeed. You did see during phase one of the testimony, there is evidence that objectively really paints quite a clear picture. You do get a lot of the evidence which will need an implicated person to come and give their version. For example, such as that lawyer who was raising the concern about the referral for further investigation. But you'll see that those names, a lot of those names are tied to hard evidence that one can't really dispute, such as CCTV footage, whether it is visiting the alleged cartel member Katiso Katie Molefe at the prison in which he was held, or whether it is visiting his home with a clear vehicle number plate and you in that particular presence leaving with a bag with, we're not sure what's inside the bag, but it is implied what it could have been. So based on that evidence alone and being a high-ranking SABC official and having these alleged associations, or it is perceived that there are these alleged associations, the Commission was able to, at least at this point, give a referral for further investigation, because there's a difference between the referral and, in the case of the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality, rather, they gave, or rather found, prima facie wrongdoing. So it would be quite strange to have a commission of this nature where it largely implicates officials who have to run their various units, and it's going to take some time before you get to a final report. It would be quite strange to say that there can't be action at this stage yet, but one wonders why the high-ranking SABC officials have seen action starting to take place now, although we know suspensions are a long process where there are rights and you have to actually follow that process before it can be complete, because none of those 5 high-ranking SABC officials, we understand, have actually received those letters to suspend. However, one wonders how there were those referrals there. However, in the main individuals that are, I guess, being probed through this particular commission, such as the Minister, Senzo Mkhwanazi, why the President is hesitant to act on that, but quickly acted on the referrals with respect to the police officials, whether it be in the South African Police Services, the Hawks, or the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality.
The President will probably argue that it is because he did receive the referral from the Commission, and he did say he will wait for the Commission and its recommendations before he acts. But he does have the prerogative to act regardless.
He absolutely has the power to do so. In fact, he doesn't even need that final report, if we're being quite honest, to act on these allegations. And I think for the minister, at least, there's been several allegations that have been made that have been difficult for the minister to walk back. Of course, the Commission will make the final determination on what exactly may have taken place there. But I don't see a scenario after this commission where that minister could ever return to that portfolio and the public actually trust or have confidence in those institutions led under that ministry. So I don't see a reality where that is possible. Even if the president doesn't act at this stage, it will become difficult, even if Mkhwanazi is cleared on a number of allegations, for him to return, just based on the seriousness of the allegations that have been leveled at him and the common theme that continues to run, that has been difficult for him to step away from. Because I think even after phase one and after his appearance last year, I still don't get a clear sense as to what informed that disbandment decision and why it had to take place so quickly and without consultation of the key stakeholders involved in that particular process. But every time you hear this alternate evidence from other witnesses, it starts to take a different shape and form. So it becomes quite difficult to see a future where he could return to that particular portfolio.
We heard that last week again with one of the witnesses on day one after the recess. And of course, politics is about power, and perceptions are all powerful. And I guess that is something that the president will have to contend with in his decisions on the political side of things. Leanne, it's back to you.
All right, Sakina, thanks so much to you and to Canny for that update.